Tigers TV. Doug Cross along with Pierce Higgins as your commentators for this next match between the USA and Mexico in the men's semifinal for the Cup. Winner of this game will advance to the Cup final, and it's what these teams have been working for all the way along. Pierce Higgins is to be one of 2 finalists at the Cup final that will go to Russia next year.
That's right, a big game here for obviously for USA and a huge game for Mexico to see can they show what they're made of here. A great opportunity for Mexico to step up their game and give the USA some serious competition, we hope.
And Fred Asselin will be jumping in with some comments here and there as we get this game underway. It is going to be Ty Anosa. No, they changed kickers on me there. Shalomi Sunalio, the captain for the USA. Mexico spread out right across the field. USA in blue playing from left to right on your screen. And we'll get things underway. High looping kick, and Colin Hawley's going to try and get under that. He's done well. High jumping attack from Hawley. Mexican hand gets on the ball, almost an intentional knock on, but rated as just a normal knock on, Pierce.
Yeah, I think there was no intent there. He was reaching out. He didn't slap it down. He was reaching out, tipped off his fingers. Would have been a great intercept if he'd gotten it, but referee, I think, was wise to just treat that as a
great point. The slap down at the ball is just being a manner of killing the ball as opposed to going for the ball. So USA clean with the Strom. Anosa now coming to the left, and he misses out on Luke Hume, who had a couple great tries in the previous quarterfinal win. Now ball coming back right for the USA. That's 5, Zach Test. He holds on, runs behind a couple of his teammates looking for some space. Now he's wrapped up by a trio of Mexican tacklers. Hawley, quick spin pass, gets it out to Suniula. And now great cutout pass to Unufe, and USA staying alive. That's Hume. Hume staying on his feet, and he will score. Look at that, stepped out of 2 or 3 tackles there, fending off and going right under the post to ensure the easy 2 points.
Hume, a very deceptive runner. I mean, we've been watching him go. He's one of the players to be watching on the US team, definitely.
Looking here at the replay, look, he's dodging and dipsy-doodling and carrying the ball in one hand. Nice handoff there to get him clear under the post and stutter step. Very nice, number 6, Hume, very nice.
So the conversion goes through by Suniula. And so as quick as that, a 7-0 lead. Temperature soaring here out of Twin Elm Rugby Park. It's been superb weather here in Ontario. Speaking to some of the players from Jamaica, and they said, this is every day, this is how we train. We're not worried about this. And I think the same can be said for folks from Mexico who enjoy hot weather all the time long. But USA probably feeling this a little bit like the Canadians.
Mexico's had already a tough game against Canada. They've had a bit of experience against a tough team today, so they're on the second big game of the day.
Rodrigo Ramos.
Oh, that was a tough call there.
Trying to get to that ball, but now ball saying it didn't go, it was a knock on by Mexico off the kickoff.
Yeah, it looked like it went sideways. I didn't think it actually went forward. You could hear some of the reaction to that.
Much better. Hold on him, thanks. Right here. You're good. Crouch. Touch. Set. Back.
Quick pass out, and now immediate whistle from the scrum there. What's the call there, Fred?
Well, it looks like it's what we've been mentioning is the new call and everything. I think they threw in the ball a little too early, and that's the truth. Yeah.
And he said to the guy to go back, and he didn't go back, so he was right. I think he was in an offside position in front of the hindmost
Now that's
foot.
a real basic mistake by Mexico. They were looking for a line out there, and instead they kick it in field, giving them possession back to USA. And USA are dangerous from any part of the field. Look at this as they try and get something going out to Zach Test. He does a shimmy move, shakes off one, and then the late cutout pass, number 4, Suniula. And now right across the field, they're getting it out wide. That's Hawley playing on his off wing there. Hawley, the pass to Unife, and he will score. So that's the patience of the mature US team, noting that they're back in their own end, and we'll just move it around a little bit. Time will tell, and then they take it for 60, 70 meters.
And they're patient as well as that, and of course their practice, their passing is superb. You know, that's the other thing. They put pace on the ball and give an opportunity.
offside position coming in instead of coming through the gate that came around. Another clearance kick, maybe didn't go into touch. Oh, yeah, it did well. That was a good clearance kick. Now if they can control the line out.
Right on the 5-meter line.
So two try lead here for the USA, but Mexico showing their intent to not roll up and go home.
Yeah, they need to respond. This is a
putting
great
some fight into this game. Line out be thrown in by Rodrigo Ramos.
3 and 3. Good number.
And not straight.
Option.
A couple basic errors.
Crowd unhappy about that call. Not straight to throwing.
We've been here all weekend. That's the first time I've seen a call in the line out not straight, and I've seen them passed almost to the scrum half with continuance.
Yeah, so it's a
very unusual in sevens to see that. Very unusual.
Shalome Suniula will have to put in. U.S. on their own 5-meter
Just 1 meter
line.
out. Crouch. Touch. Set. Good.
Quick ball out. And characteristically Tayanosa, and there's a counter attack. Yeah, Luke Hume. And they're keeping that ball alive. Got it out wide now to Maka Unufe. And there's Hume again in support. And he has been a try-scoring machine today. This will be his 4th or maybe 5th of the day today. I don't even have the try count from yesterday, but he is definitely a weapon that the Canadians will be watching with great interest.
Well, that ball went, as we saw, from goal line to goal line without a hand being put on the American players. You can watch it here in the stutter step to get away from the handoff, and off they went, and home to the races from that point on. As you said, a scoring machine today.
Yes,
no question.
So that's the halftime horn, and there's the U.S. with the conversion kick to come. So play is still on. And so if he makes this one like he should, it'll be 21-0. So maybe we'll hear some interesting instructions as Mexico and U.S. huddle up. And I don't know, Fred, if you were a coach out there in Mexico, what's the word you're putting out there?
Well, you know, 3 tries, it's possible. You know, you never want to think you're out, you know, in any sport. But in this situation, Mexico's already had a hard game against Canada. They're kind of, I think right now the morale is probably on the 50-50. So the coach, if I'm the coach, I'm telling them, hey guys, let's go. Let's try to give the U.S. what they've just given us for a half. Let's try to go out and score 3 tries against them at least to get back in. That's the only thing a coach can say at this point.
So let's listen into what Mexico is receiving from their coach in terms of advice.
Scrum Master, an official supplier.
Abajo, sei baile, ¿ok? Dales un poco de espacio, dirige tu momento, boom, quitas las piernas, ¿ok? Voy a hacer unos cambios, ¿ok? Bobby va para ahora, ¿ok? Mike va para atrás.
So, you know, I don't speak a lot of Spanish, but the world speech of coaching is stick to the basics. Let's, you know, make the tackles. Let's not throw the ball around.
What we've actually seen is the tries, the U.S. tries, have come off a couple of errors from the Mexican team, so basic errors. So, you know, a little unfortunate for Mexico because otherwise they'd still be in the game. So I think anything's possible. Let's keep our fans here into the game also and tell them that Rugby Sevens is a game of I'm searching the word here. You know, we never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
of upsets. And
the captain, Juan Pablo Andre, gets it underway for Mexico. High offering to the U.S. Quick spin back. Cutting inside is Enosa.
Gates white.
Ruck has been formed. Pass back to Colley. Now it's Hume. Hume looks to his left. Outlet pass to Carlin Isles, the track star. We've talked about him all weekend long, and he's more than capable of running nothing but straight lines. Hawley picks up that loose ball and looked like possession was lost, but now here's Hume distributing it back the right side to the captain, Shalome Suniula. Back inside to Zach Test. And now that'll be Isles to score. He'll beat his man outside, and he'll go to the trouble of going all the way around. And he'll stop just shy of that instead of getting in confrontation with the Mexican defender, but quality running by Isles.
Again, handoff there, nice offload to Isles, and Isles goes outside, beats his man, and around the corner to score. And I think the Mexican player attempting that tackle might have pulled a hamstring there. He really stretched to try and get that tackle.
Yeah, he's receiving some attention there. Freddie, when your hamstring goes, what's the first sign of trouble? Just your whole leg seizing up?
Well, normally it's you feel a bit of fire in your glutes. You know, it goes straight up into the glute or behind the knee area. And you know what? Normally when your hammy goes in sevens rugby, I don't want to say you're good for nothing, but unless you're a big guy or forward, you might be able to pull it off, you know, pounding it in and putting it up. But for a strong runner, you're out. That's it for him.
And the conversion was missed.
You can
Sad,
see,
but that's it for that player.
you can see he's in a bit of trouble trying to
right
get some
away.
assistance for
It's
him.
not a cramp, eh? That's it looks like a blowout.
Captain's off.
Taylor Mokate has come on, and Maka Unife and Shalomi Suniula have come off for the USA.
Taylor, you know, he seems to be a player coach also, you know, for Mexico. So
That's right. So double duty there.
caught a first ball coming in, straight into the action.
He won't hang around wondering what it's like. Quick shimmy, step inside. Great tackle from the ground by Zach Test. He was on his knees. Mexico trying to get some stuff done here with fresh legs in there. And that is offside by Zach Test. He came zooming in to steal that ball, and it wasn't his to steal.
Absolutely, the referee was right on the spot and made the right call. It gives Mexico an opportunity to run with the ball for maybe the first time in the game with an attacking position.
Andrew McMaster from the Ottawa
nice
area, the
mispass.
referee here today. Yeah, that was some space now for Mexico. Now the chip ahead, and it bounces Mexico's way, and the crowd is going crazy for this one. That's a fantastic effort. Trying to pick up the number there, I think Rodrigo Ramos.
We see the crowd there, they're all happy for Mexico. This is what I meant earlier. Here, let's see this beautiful little chip for his teammate. Perfect bounce.
Very
Straight under the
inventive
post.
try.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about, underdogs, eh?
So that's Pascal Nadeau that got that one, yeah.
Obviously this crowd being against the US, they're very happy about this.
Any enemy of the U.S. is a friend of mine, is
That's
the
right.
crowd's opinion. That's one of the biggest cheers we've heard today, and you know, for
and a
Mexico.
well-executed try. I mean, this was some good play.
That's a rugby-savvy crowd, so they know that play isn't going to happen every time. It's something to behold. So Miguel Carner will get this one going. It's another great start by Mexico, a little too far. U.S. able to move up in there with Taylor Mokate. Hume. Now it's Isles again. Will he get around the corner? Isles an interesting character because, you know, coming from track, he just knows to run in a straight line, but he's learning how to do the fend-offs and move his shoulders. Peter Tabero. Now we hear some back and forth for some players there. Taylor Mokate. U.S. maintaining possession. Mexico trying to bring the Americans down. Mokate. Running in there hard. That's number 7, Rocco Maurer. Now it's Hume, considering his options. Pass was too hard and too flat for Isles to get to. He throws that straight into touch. Uncharacteristic error by the U.S.
Rare area by Hume. I mean, he's been very consistent. That's a
You on the mark, Patty?
unfortunate error. We see it again here.
You have 5, Patty.
A little too far in front.
You could see the reaction on his face as he did it, just like, wow, what a big mistake.
Again, a coach could say to Hiles, you know, put your hands
3
in
and
front
3.
of you to catch balls. He didn't seem ready for it, but yeah, a little bit
They
uncharacteristic.
call it
of Hume.
50-50 ball because they're both responsible for the
Yep.
mistake. Mexico showing a little impetus here in this second half. Look at the driving ruck here. It's like a 15s game. They're flying in.
Sliding in the side.
And now another penalty against the U.S., and they're starting to lose their shape a bit. They're not in risk of losing this game, but Mexico could score again. Big tackles being put in now by USA.
Not 10.
2 penalties in a row, Fred. U.S. losing their composure
Here's
a
your
bit.
mark. Go.
Now that's a waste of possession. No look pass to no one, and there's the U.S. coming away with it.
I thought it was touched by U.S. there. I thought it was forward by U.S., but nope, doesn't seem like it.
Isles trying
on.
to dig that out. He gets it. Jack Halilo, he's still holding on, thinking about his options. Nothing but white shirts around him. Now Taylor Mokate getting the breakdown.
Ball's there.
Hume will be the scrum half now. Looking, thinking, draws back, instructs a player outside, but he's tapped out, not held, says the referee. And he'll spin out, and it's another try for Hume. And boy, oh boy, he's got to be a threat for the tournament. Point scoring leader now.
Got to be very close. That's another fine try here by him. It's
13 minutes, 40 seconds gone, and there's going to be another kickoff.
Yeah, we see Hume there again,
just
getting up
hand
and
tap,
just
unfortunately, he wasn't held. And that's the difference between holding the man in the tackle and letting him free as he did.
Let's hope he doesn't run out of gas for when he gets up against Canada.
That's right.
These Mexicans are banging them up pretty solid here. That's a good thing for Canada.
Yeah. There's the full-time horn. Referee has already said there'll be one more kickoff. The U.S. taking all their time in the world to get this kick across from Peter Tibiero. So the score stands now 31-7. Potential here for either team to score one more time with this kickoff.
Converted by number 9, Peter Tibiero.
Interesting to see what kind of kick now USA go for here.
I think they're going to go deep side, and have it go out on one hopper.
Possibly what they might do.
USA leads 33-7.
Needed to have that go 10, first of all. So now he's giving Mexico one last chance. Now that player could have still played that technically, but the whistle had already gone.
The whistle had gone.
Yeah.
The referee didn't. He might have allowed a moment to see if an advantage on the play, but he didn't.
So Mexico, their last chance to put points on the board. And a big gap now. That's the player coach. We don't have his name. We feel bad, though. Mexico still interested in scoring another try, thinking maybe the chip and chase will work twice. It's going to go off the post here and could advantage to Mexico, but no, it's going to be kicked out through the end line by U.S. number 9, Peter Tibiero, and that's just a heads-up play. Get this game over with. Let's stop fooling around.
Absolutely the right choice. Here we are at 33-7, the final score.
So the Cup semifinal plays out to the form sheet. USA winning that game, and we're going to be coming back